Play. Ako po si Noli Iyala. At again, ito pong ating panahon ay pabago-bago pero sana po ay nasa mabuti kayong kalagayan. Kanina po nagkaroon ng konting paglindol sa mga balita dito po sa Kalakang, Maynila. Kaya po kami umaasa na kayo nasa mabuting kalagayan at nag-iingat. Ang Power and Play po hatid sa inyo ng Big Boss Cement, Big Boss sa tatag, Big Boss sa tibay at ng Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Naku, sa isang linggong hindi tayo nagkapuntahan. Ang dami ho nangyari ha. Last Saturday, after ng ating palatuntunan, natapos ang NBA Finals. Naku, at nanalo po ang Los Angeles Lakers sa game number 6. Tinalo nilang Miami Heat. Kaya naman po, kampiyon na muli si LeBron James, Anthony Davis at ang buong Laker organization. And of course, Los Angeles, balik na naman sa trono ng NBA para sa kanilang ika-17 kampyonato. LeBron James winning his 4th championship and of course, yung kanyang ikatlong most valuable player. Alam nyo, dapat tayo magpasalamat sa NBA. Hindi lamang sa napakagandang napakita ng mga laro sa atin, kung hindi sa pagbibigay sa atin ng modelo para sa pagbabalik ng palakasan sa buong mundo. Ang NBA po, yung NBA bubble na ginanap doon sa Orlando ang naging modelo, ang naging gold standard, ang benchmark ng lahat ng liga saan mang dako ng mundo. Kahit FIBA po, ginagamit na rin yung NBA bubble. Ang alam naman natin, ang PBA, pati na ang Chooks to Go 3x3, pati na ang volleyball, lahat po yan ginagamit ng NBA bubble model. Kaya po tayo dapat magpasalamat na naitawid ng NBA ang pagbabalik ng sports sa ating kapaligiran. At in addition to that, mga kaibigan, mga kapatid, nakita naman natin kung paano ginawa ng NBA na mapag-usapan pa rin ang mga social justice issues nila doon po sa Estados Unidos. Bagamat ang focus ay nasa laro, hindi po nila pinakawalan yung mga social issues na bumabalot po sa ating lipunan, sa lipunan po ng United States. Kaya naman po talagang pambihira ang nagawa ng NBA. Tayo pumapalakpak sa kanila, sumasaludo sa kanilang nagawa. Tayo po'y sana magawa rin natin yan sa ating kasalukuyang PBA. Pinag-uusapan ng PBA, tuloy-tuloy po ang aksyon sa PBA Philippine Cup. Abay, isang linggo na rin ng PBA at tuloy-tuloy, araw-araw ang mga laro at atin po pag-uusapan yan. Isa pang development over the week, of course, ang pagtanghal kay Alex Iyala bilang number 2 ranked junior women's tennis player in the world ng ITF, mga kaibigan. Mula po sa kanyang matagumpay na paglalaro sa French Open sa Paris, ay umakyat na po sa larangan ng tennis ang ating pinagmamalaking si Alex Iyala. Number 2 in the world na ngayon si Alex at tayo nagpapasalamat sa Panginoong Diyos and of course sa lahat po na sumusuporta kay Alex sa kanyang napakagandang ipinakita. Of course, mga kaibigan, ngayong araw pong ito ay marami pa rin tayong inaantabayan at mamaya pag-uusapan po natin yan. Ngayong araw pong ito sa ating show, marami tayong makakausap. Nandyan po ang ating pakikipag-usap kay Tim Cone, ang head coach ng Barangay Ginebra, na ngayon ay patuloy na namamayagpag sa PBA. 2-0 ang kanilang kartada, kasama na rin ng Token Text, kasama na rin ng Phoenix at ng Rain or Shine. So, yan po ang 4 na koponan na napakaganda ang pagsisimula dyan sa PBA bubble. At mamaya, makakausap po natin si Ginebra head coach Tim Cone at ang kanyang unang mga impression tungkol sa nagaganap na PBA bubble dyan sa Clark. Makakausap din po natin mamaya ang Pangulo ng Fencing Association ng Pilipinas at ng Modern Pentathlon Association ng Pilipinas. Siya rin po ang mayor ng Ormoc City na ngayon ay tumatakbo bilang ikalawang Pangulo ng Philippine Olympic Committee. Walang iba kundi si Mayor Goma Richard Gomez. Mamaya po yan, live. Makakausap natin si Mayor Goma dito po sa Power and Play. And of course, alam nyo, kwentuhan lang naman ngayon. Yan ang ating gagawing tema. Kwentuhan lang, medyo light-light lang. Dahil Ang dami na nga nating hinaharap ng mga problema. Pag-uusapan po natin mamaya, yung ginagawa ng Quest Hotel. Yan po nakatira ang PBA delegation, 350 strong. At ating pong nakapanayam ang mismong general manager ng Quest Hotel. Siya po isang Frenchman na GM ng Quest Hotel, si Michael Gapin. At ating pong pag-uusapan ang mga paghahanda at ang mga magagandang kwento na nangyari po dyan sa PBA bubble sa Quest Hotel. So, abangan nyo po yan, ha? Very light discussion with the GM ng Quest Hotel, si Michael Gapin. And of course, ang huli natin po magiging panauhin ang PFL. Pag-uusapan natin ang Philippine Football League at ang kanilang pagsisimula na rin sa October 25. Meron din silang sariling bubble dyan po sa Cavite. Makasama natin si Commissioner Coco Torre at ang star ng Ascals at ng United City FC. Walang iba kundi si Stefan Schrock. So, mamaya po yan, ha? Sa ating pagpapatuloy ng Power and Play. Pero bago yan, syempre, lagi natin sinisimula ng ating palatuntunan sa pamamagitan ng ating Pulso ng Bayan. Ha? Alam naman natin na ito ang ikang panahon para kayo, ang aming mga giliw na mga nakikinig at mga nanonood, ay magbigay ng inyong opinion tungkol sa mga bagay-bagay sa larangan ng palakasan. Isa pong muling napag-usapan ay yung issue ng Sorsogon Bubble. Yung pong Sorsogon Bubble. Lumabas po yung, alam naman natin yung rekomendasyon ng Sorsogon PNP. Pero naglabas na po ngayon si Coach Aldin Ayo na nasa gitna nitong kontrobersiyang ito ng kanyang apela sa UAAP na i-lift yung pong tinatawag nating indefinite ban ni Coach Aldin Ayo mula sa UAAP. Siya po ay nag-file ng isang apela na sana naman ay ma-lift na daw yung pong kanyang indefinite ban. Aba, hindi pa nga nakakadalawang buwan ata gusto nang i-lift, ano? Kaya po ito pong UST na nasasangkot din dito dahil yung mga player nila ang pumunta doon sa bubble, sila po ang nag-endorso nitong apela ni Coach Aldin Ayo sa UAAP Policy Board. So ang tanong po natin sa Pulso ng Bayan, ito lang po, matapos in-endorse ng UST ang apela ng kanilang dating head coach na si Aldin Ayo, dapat bang bawiin ang indefinite suspension ng UAAP laban sa naturang coach? Ulitin po natin yan, matapos i-endorse ng UST ang apela ni Coach Aldin Ayo, dapat bang bawiin na ang indefinite suspension ng UAAP laban sa naturang coach? Kung gusto niyo pong makilahok, mag-text lamang sa aming hotline 0949-691-4956 at mag-post po sa aming Facebook page Power and Play with Nolly Iyala o di kaya sa Radyo 5 92.3 News FM. Marami na pong nagbigay ng kanilang mga opinion nung ating pong inilabas yan sa ating Twitter. By the way, sumunod lang po kayo sa aking Twitter account or sa aking social media accounts. Twitter at Instagram, pareho po yan, simple lamang at Nolly Iyala. Alright, mga kaibigan, yan po ang ating mga tatalakayin ngayong umagang ito. Kaya dyan lang kayo, ika nga, kapitbayan, ang dami natin pag-uusapan. At syempre, sa pagsisimula po ng Power and Play, lagi nating sisimulan sa pamamagitan ng ating paboritong Fast Take. Ito po yung segment natin kung saan ating pong hinihingi ang opinion mismo ng mga taong nasa likod ng balita ng sports. At ngayon pong araw na to, maswerte tayo at ating mga kasama ang mga taong nakatutok sa PBA bubble. Aba, unahin ko po ang mula sa ESPN5, Lynn Olavario, at mula naman sa Inquirer, si Denison Dalupang. Magandang umaga, Lynn.
Good morning, Com.
Good morning, and good morning, Denison. Good to see you.
Good morning, Com Nolly. Hope you're well.
Maraming salamat sa pagpapaunlak. I know it's very early at kayong pareho ay napaka-busy, nakatutok sa PBA bubble, but we're very happy. Before I go to the fast take issues, Lynn, gaano ba kahirap na mag-cover ngayon ng PBA considering na nandito sila sa isang bubble situation katulad ng nasa Clark?
Ako kasi working ako remote, work from, kumbaga tinututukan natin sila. So medyo of course, mas madali actually kung nandun ka kasi mas makakausap mo sila. Whereas syempre yung availability nila, medyo limited ngayon, medyo kailangan mo i-schedule yung mga Zoom calls and everything. So medyo may ganong challenge ng konti.
Denison, alam ko ikaw naman ang nasa loob ng bubble mismo. Kamusta ang kondisyon para sa mga media? Do you have access sa mga players? Kayo ba ay ini-swab test din?
Siguro first off, yun nga, tama po. We're undergoing the same rigorous parameters that the players are undergoing din. So meron po kaming swab testing twice a week. We're scheduled actually to take our second after the teams actually had theirs this week. Opo. And then with regards to the media availability, medyo may konting edge in the sense na nasasalubong namin, pero ayun nga, you have to really consider din na CDC, actually hindi PBA, actually not Quest Hotel, are people from CDC, hindi namin alam kung sino, but yun po yung chatter from the ground na hindi kami pwede basta-basta lumapit and pull out people and interview them. So we have to set it ahead. Siguro pag na-meet namin, pwede ka bang for interview later today or mamayang gabi, kung maluwag po yung schedule, mga ganun pong bagay.
Oo, very challenging din pala kahit na nandyan na. No? Hindi pa rin siya ganun kasimple. Alright, well, since naandyan kayo at ikaw, Lynn, nakatuto ka sa PBA Bubble, minarapat namin ang pag-usapan ngayon ay tungkol sa PBA Bubble sa ating Fast Take. Ano lang to, opinion lang ninyo, bato-bato sa langit, tamaan, huwag magagalit. At of course, ito yung opinion nyo, kaya walang mali at tamang sagot dito. So, ready na ba kayo, Lynn at saka Denison, sa ating Fast Take?
Ready na ako.
Alright, you have 1 minute for every issue na ibabato ko. Ang unang issue na gusto kong ibato, undefeated pa ang mga koponan ng Ginebra, Talk and Text, Phoenix, at ng Rain or Shine. Totoo ba sila? Are they the real deal o isang malaking hype lamang sa inyong palagay? Lynn, I will start with you. 1 minute. Go.
I feel like it's still too early in the conference to say kung real deal or hype kasi I feel like even the undefeated teams, sasabihin rin nila na they haven't done anything yet. While it's good to stack up wins this early on, maaga pa, marami pang pwede mangyari. In the same manner that San Miguel is now 1-2, it would be foolish to count them out. So, diba, we've heard one too many times na it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And I feel like, although yung TNT, syempre, very impressive sila, no? May Roger Pugoy, may Ray Parks, and then may Poy Eram. And he never, even without Greg, even with Japeth Aguilar coming in late, even with LA Tenorio still recovering, or hindi pa niya nakuha yung condition niya, very impressive. While Phoenix naman, hindi naman ako nagugulat kasi they've shown this much promise naman in the past Philippine Cup. 9-2 sila nagtapos, top seed, only to fall in the semifinals to the eventual champion, San Miguel Beermen. So, kumbaga, it's a very pleasant surprise that they're winning now, this time, 2 straight without Calvin. Paano pa pag bumalik si Calvin?
Very impressive, Lynn. Very impressive. Talagang, you know your stuff and right on the money yung mga points mo. Obviously, ang Phoenix looking really good, especially Talk and Text na kagabi pinadapa ang San Miguel, ang defending champions. But again, as you said, maaga pa. All right, Denison, it's your turn. Ang tanong, undefeated starts ng Ginebra, Talk and Text, Phoenix, Rain or Shine, are they the real deal or just one big hype? You have 1 minute, Denison. Go.
I think that's barely scratching the surface. Medyo maliit na specimen kumbaga to take yung early games ng mga teams na ito, but you can't deny the fact na yun nga, very impressive, especially with TNT, especially last night's victory against the San Miguel Beermen, which are the defending champions of this conference, and then Phoenix then very impressive. Kumbaga hindi naman po sila chamba, I mean hindi sa dikit na laban, kumalas talaga sila at one point of the game. Pinakita nila kung ano yung kapasidad nila bilang teams, and But then again, you have to consider po yung mga sinasabi din ng mga coaches na it's too early. Ang dami pwedeng factors sa mangyari, which yun nga, nalalagay sa forefront ngayon yung mga injuries. Those can put parang a lot of problems as the season progresses po eh. So, yun ko.
Well, it's you're right on point din, Denison. Ang laking bagay ng mga injuries kagabi, nakita natin dalawang malaking player ang na-injure, Terence Romeo and RR Pugoy. We're hoping na hindi naman maluba, but again, dahil nga sa kakulangan ng practice, it could be a factor down the stretch para sa PBA. Yung mga kapansanan na yan, and I'm sure the two of you ay tututukan yung mga injuries na katulad na yan. Alright, our second issue for the morning. Ang tanong, sino ang star ng PBA bubble off the court? Hindi sa loob, off the court, yung mga naririnig niyo o nakikita niyong mga nangyayari off the court. I will start with you, Denison. You have 1 minute. Go!
Star would easily be Coach Tim Cone, Noli. As you've read in the paper siguro today and sa mga media outlets na alam mo he's enjoying kahit may restrictions dito sa bubble. He's getting fit according to him. He has enjoying conversations with his former players, which is syempre medyo rare during the normal times kasi nga laro uwi training laro uwi dito wala, sabi nga rin ni Coach Norman Black, magkakasalubong kayong lahat, talo panalo, throwback moments, lahat on the kumbaga nakatutok eh. So si Coach Tim very animated and very outspoken about sa mga experience na yun. So, I think para sa akin siya, and considering his pedigree, so, ayun, yun po ko.
Wow! Well, I can imagine dahil ang dami ni Coach Tim Cone. We can see him jogging. I know that he played golf a couple of times now with Coach George Gallant. So talagang he's having a good time, but he's also all business pagdating sa basketball. All right. Lynn, I'll give you 1 minute. Same question. Sino ang star ng PBA bubble off the court? You have 1 minute. Go.
Kasi nagmo-monitor lang ako ng mga pinopost nila on social media, and ito talaga yung naiisip ko pag tinitingnan ko paano, kasi pinaka-interested ako kung paano nila aliwin yung mga sarili nila given that they're going to be stuck in the bubble for a very long time. And I feel like kung meron tayong aawardan na pinaka-kwelang mag-roommate or pinaka-may kwelang content na nilalabas sa kanilang mga social media accounts, I feel like it has to be Polly and Jackson Corpus. Feeling ko sa lahat ng mga kalokohan, in terms of kalokohan and patawa, parang feeling ko sila yung up there. And syempre nakakatawa rin yung tandem ni Prince Caperal and Joe Devance. Maloko din yung dalawang yun, and feeling ko bagay na bagay din silang mag-roommates. And napapanood ko rin yung vlog ni Joe Devance. Tapos yung star factor din ni Scottie Thompson, yung mga players na kumbaga they're entertaining the fans and entertaining us, even media na wala doon. Feeling ko yun yung parang mga star na inaabangan ko kung what life is like in the bubble.
Yan ang nakakatuwa ngayon talaga sa ating panahon dahil meron na social media. Kahit paano nasisilip natin ang mga nangyayari. Alam natin yung mga sari-sari store nila Bo Belga at nila James Yap. Kaya nakakatuwa talaga pati si Arwin Santos. But yeah, you're very right. I think all of these people have made the bubble more colorful para sa mga fans. All right. Our third and final take for this morning. Ito, again, one of the lighter moments in the PBA bubble. So I want to ask this. Ano-ano ang paboritong pastime ng mga PBA players habang nasa loob ng PBA bubble? Alam natin, maraming downtime yan. Ano-ano ang kanilang favorite pastime? Lynn, you will go first. You have 1 minute. Go!
I talked to several players, no? Yung karaniwang baon nila dyan, PS4. Yun yung nangunguna ata sa mga tinatanong ko sa kanila, ano yung mga mga non-negotiables or mga essentials na kailangan baon mo dyan sa bubble. PS4, while may mga players nagdadala ng books like si Aline Maliksi, books yung talagang pinagkakaabalahan niya about basketball din. So talagang minamaximize niya tong time para, this is a basketball environment, everything basketball, might as well. Ganun na rin yung baon mo. Well, we know Aquino na si keeper, nag-golf, kasama niya sina Coach Nash. But yung ibang players naman, though kahit may baon silang PS4, like si Prince Caparal, kahit may baon siyang PS4, sabi niya masyado na rin pagod dahil fully booked or jam-packed yung schedule mo the entire day. Wala ka na rin actually, hindi mo na rin magamit yung baon mo, so itutulog mo na lang. Yung iba naman may dalang mga projector para sa mga movie viewing nila. May sarili silang movie viewing sa mga hotel rooms nila. So yun, nanonood sila ng docu, nanonood sila ng movies. Yun yung usually na pinagkakaabalahan nila.
Very interesting. Ngayon ko lang nalaman yan, ha? Mga minsan pagod na, natutulog na lang. Very, very good. Very good point. All right, Denison, same take. Last take of the day. Ano-ano ang paboritong pastime ng mga PBA players sa PBA bubble? You have 1 minute. Go!
Coach, Com, no, based on yun nga, sa conversations, incidental and video availability wise, PS4 video games lead yung source of entertainment nitong mga players, and then some brought books, and some players actually brought their brewing equipment, bale kape. So,
wow!
Actually, I brought mine, pero when I talked to them, tapos kinausap ko sana, gusto mo bang pag-brew kita? Nagdala din ako gaganyan. So magugulat din ako. So, most notable siguro si Alex Malyari, may dala siyang grinding machine, aside from dun sa electric kettle, things like that, Com. And then, yun, tama rin po si Lynn. Pagkatapos po kasi, early into the bubble, busy sila dun sa mga amenities, darts, pool table. Pero right now, makikita mo they all mean business kasi gym, pool, tapos wala ka masyado nakikita na grom around here.
Wow, that is interesting. Pagkatapos ng bubble na to, dapat magtayo na ng PBA cafe. Talagang lahat marunong na mag-brew ng kape. But it's really good. It's really good to hear all of your inside reports, ika nga, mga takes on our fast take today. Maraming salamat, Lynn and Denison, for joining me today. And stay safe. Good luck sa patuloy na pag-cover ng PBA sa Clark. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, Com.
Thank you, Com. Thank you, Com.
Mga kaibigan, yan po ang ating mga kasama sa larangan ng media. Si Pino Lavario ng ESPN5 at si Denison Dalupang ng Inquirer. Pambihira ang kanilang mga inside reports, no? Talagang nakikita nyo kung ano nangyayari sa PBA bubble. Hindi lang po puro laro, ha? Hindi lamang puro laro, pero ang daming mga bagay-bagay para po ang mga players natin ay hindi mabaliw. Alam nyo po yung magstay ka lang sa loob ng kwarto at ang kasama mo, hindi mo naman kapamilya. Naku, talagang mahirap po yan, ha? Pero ang ating mga players na trabaho nila yan, so they have to do this. At the same time, nagbibigay ng konting kasiyahan sa ating mga fans. Alright, mga kaibigan, bago tayo magpatuloy, gusto ko lang pong bumati sa ating mga kaibigan mula sa Dapper Dons sa Banawe. Yung pong barbershop, Dapper Dons Banawe. Lalong-lalo na kay Manong Val. Manong Val, nabati kita. At saka kay Jenny Franco, ang bossing dyan sa Banawe. Andyan din po si Francis at saka si Henry at lahat po ng mga taga Dapper Dons. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Kinakamusta ko rin mga kaibigan si Jerry Lozano ng Lozano Tech. Good morning, Jerry. Hope you're watching and hope you're enjoying this one. Kasama na rin po aking kaibigan si Romel Yovienko. Belated happy birthday, by the way, to Kathy De Vera at kay Ira Panganiban, ang kaibigan natin, si Ira, ng, also sa media, and of course si Abac Cordero. Belated happy birthday, partner sa iyo. And isang maligayang bati rin nga pala kay Orly Trinidad, ang ating kaibigan mula sa GMA. Si Orly Trinidad ay nagsasapit ng kanyang birthday ngayong araw pong ito. At this point, mga kaibigan, I think we're all set for our ready na ba tayo for our for our first guest of the day? I think we're all set. Sandali lang, tingnan natin. Okay, mag-break muna tayo. At tayo po ibabalik sa Power and Play. Tandaan niyo po, mamaya makakasama natin Tim Coe, Mayor Richard Gomez, and of course Michael Gapin ng Quest Hotel at ang PFL. Magbabalik po ang Power and Play, hatid sa inyo ng Big Boss Cement at ng Cherry Loop. Muli po, binabati natin lahat ng ating mga tagapakinig sa Radyo 5, 92.3 News FM, and of course, everyone watching over 1PH on Signal TV and on our live stream feed on Facebook as well as on the Noli Iyala YouTube channel. Good morning sa mga maaga natin mga suki. Yokoyama Maria, good morning po. Manilyn Maangat, good morning po. God bless and stay safe. Marie Chris Sorados, good morning. Tintin, watching from Riyadh. Wow, magandang araw po dyan sa inyo. And of course, ang ating laging suki, si Alex Fentes from Bacolod City. Magandang umaga. It's a rainy morning, but tuloy-tuloy po tayo sa power play. And right now, we have with us to talk about the coming start ng Philippine Football League. Walang iba kung hindi ang commissioner ng PFL, Coco Torre, and the star of the TFC, Stefan Schrock. Good morning, Commissioner Coco. And Stefan, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good to see both of you. It's been a while. It's been a while since football had a restart. So let me start with you first, Coco. Initially, the season was supposed to be a little earlier than expected. What caused a little bit of the delay here, Commissioner Coco?
Okay, first of all, good morning, Sir Noli, and thank you for having us here. And to the viewers also of this program, thank you for having us. So the cause of delay was really more of a physical fitness concern. The teams met together and they said that we can't really start too early simply because of fitness matters. So we want to avoid all these serious injuries or long-term. So this is why we pushed it a little bit further. So that's really the main reason why we're delayed.
Ang gagawin niyo, Coco, is more of a semi-bubble rather than a full bubble, no? How is the PFL bubble going to be different in terms of its setup as well as in terms of its protocols?
Okay, so the essence of the bubble is actually a semi-bubble, no? So
right.
All the match officials and the players and the team officials will be billeted in Seda Hotel in Nuvali, Santa Rosa. And we only have one competition venue, which is the PFF National Training Center in Carmona, Cavite. So there will be assigned private buses to shuttle each individual to and from both venues. So as far as the protocol, health and safety protocols are concerned, we actually borrowed a little bit of literature from the PBA. So this was shared to us, and so we sort of created our own version. And this was, of course, approved by the Games and Amusements Board, through our through the chairman, good chairman Baha Mitra. So it's similar and just more applicable towards football.
That's good. Well, Stefan, I know that you have just arrived. It's been a long time since we last played football in this, at least PFL, and a 7-month layoff is a pretty long wait as well for the fans. So what is your reaction to the restart of football once again in the country?
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for having us, first of all. To having the restart is absolutely amazing. Everybody from PFF, PFL, all the club owners, players work very, very hard to find a way. And I'm very, very proud and happy to see that actually for the very first time, everybody had a common goal and worked towards it. And it's very important to have a football season this year. As you know, football is not the number one. And having not many sports events going on at the moment, giving us a good spotlight and everybody a way to compete.
Well, Stefan, we know that you have been away. You came from Germany. How have you kept in shape and how have you kept busy? I know that you played in a few games back home or back there. Can you tell us a little bit about your pandemic experience so far?
I mean, look at me. I look double good as Coco does. Ever will. I look banged up this morning, Coco. No, honestly, it was a very good time back in Germany. The football was ongoing for almost 3 months. almost down to zero restrictions on the game, on pitch, outside of it. So I enjoyed the time with the family and worked very hard in several clubs towards another gold trophy in this PFL season. So well prepared.
Before I go back to Commissioner Coco, but Stefan, we know that worldwide, the virus continues to rage on. In the Philippines, there are still a lot of cases, obviously. We know in the sporting world, for instance, in football, Ronaldo caught COVID-19. In America, a lot of football teams, American football teams, have been infected. A very famous coach, Coach Nick Saban of University of Alabama, caught it. How confident are you about the protocols being implemented by PFL, as well as, of course, the GAB? And will this affect at all the play, do you think, of the players?
The protocol is solid proof. I think Coco, the German chairman of GAP and the Intertask Force, everyone worked very, very hard, careful. The safety of the players, obviously, and everybody involved in that bubble and around the bubble is the main goal and is the most important for everyone. But there is always a slim risk and a slight risk. Every athlete and everyone involved knows that, but we're willing to accept this challenge and accept the risk in order to play football, because this is our life, and football is the best thing that happened to us, and we wanna give something back to the people and give something back to the sport.
Well, I'm sure a lot of your fans are waiting for that. Coco, you said that you will be staying at the Seda Hotel in Nuvali. We know that the area is a commercial area. How do you plan to secure the hotel? Is this going to be exclusive for the team? And what are the safety measures that you are implementing?
Okay, so Seda Hotel has around maybe just a little bit more than 100 rooms. So we're actually occupying around 95% of it, and
Wow.
and their staff will be in-house as well. So it's quite a secure bubble. Part of the protocols really is for the team officials and the players not to enter any other establishments around the area. But the beauty of the Seda Hotel is that they have a nice lake. I believe it's a jog path of somewhat around 3 kilometers, which the players and the team officials could utilize, for their psychosocial exercises and
Right.
physical exercises as well.
Mhm.
Definitely, it will be very contained and secured. The beauty also about Seda is that there is not much foot traffic at the moment because of this pandemic as well. So we have health and safety officers to monitor the movement of the players, and we believe in self-regulation as well, because each and every individual is responsible for the success of this competition. So we heavily rely on due diligence from each individual.
How often will be the testing for the players, Commissioner Coco?
So there will be, actually we all did a test yesterday. This is prior to entering the bubble. And then on the 21st of October, which is the date where we enter the hotel, we take another test. Then upon clearance, we start with the training because the competition will start on October 25th.
Yeah.
Now, what the DOH and the GAB health and safety officer told us is that we only test when there are symptoms that are felt by any, like an individual, no?
Right.
So also before exiting the bubble, there should be another test. This is our return to general population test.
Oh, nice. That's good. That's pretty good.
The total
Stefan?
number of days. Okay.
Yeah, go
The
ahead.
total
Go ahead, Coco.
in the bubble is only 17 days. So it's a complete full cycle of the virus, which is 14 days. So there won't.
That's still pretty long time. That's still a pretty long time to stay inside one place. And I'm sure everyone is preparing to to fight off boredom or whatever is goes along with staying in one place. Now, Stefan, you will have a limited time to prepare. In fact, I think as Commissioner Coco said, the reason for the compacted season is because to avoid injuries. You don't want to play too many games. Are you satisfied with the prep time for the teams, as well as the practices and the scrimmages given to you?
Well, in order, I went through this cycle in Germany. Actually, we had 4 weeks. All the teams they had 4 weeks in 5 players, a group set up. Then they switched on to 10 players, 15, 20, and then 4 weeks without restrictions on the pitch to make sure everybody is fit and ready to play. Because football is a very complex sport, and there were still major injuries happening when I was back there in Germany. So I relied just on everyone, every team, every player, every coach relies on the physical fitness of the players, especially also on the mental freshness. 7 months in lockdown is not easy to swallow, and it's not easy to prepare, and finding solutions where you not get bored or not getting repetitive with what you do and what you can do. I think we are almost there. We're almost perfect, prepared for everything. Giving time is a little bit short to prepare a quality game, but in order to have everybody fit and risk or minimize the risk of injuries is given.
Given the season, given the kind of race that you have in the season, it's very short. You have 6 teams competing in the restart. How do you expect the competition to be, Stefan?
I expect it to be smooth for my club. No. I'm confident it will be a very, very good event, a very good tournament. We are all grateful. We are all eager that we can restart playing football. This is our life. This is what we are. This is what we live, drink, eat every day. So we are very grateful that the PFF and everybody in and around involved had pulled off in the past few weeks to make this tournament happen for us.
We know, Coco, that the FIFA has supported this restart, and they're pushing many NSAs or local federations to push for the restart of football. There are reports that FIFA, in fact, provided some funding to be used by the Philippine Football Federation. I don't know if it is also part of the PFL. Is this part of the support, and how are you using any of this funding coming from FIFA?
Okay, so the FIFA, in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, issued a support package to the member associations, and one of which is the Philippine Football Federation. So it's actually the decision of the Philippine Football Federation Board of Governors. They decided where to allocate the funds, and part of the resolution was to provide each club of the PFL a stimulus package, an equal amount. So this is where the funds will be going to. In as far as the operations for the PFL, then it's really part of the budget of PFL. To support the clubs.
One thing, however, that you were able to secure is a very good sponsor. Qatar Airways is sponsoring the PFL, and that is just amazing, given that the Qatar Airways is an international brand that is very well known in football all over the world. So how did you secure this, and what is the commitment of Qatar Airways to the PFL?
Okay, well, thank you for that. In fact, we're really very excited about this partnership with Qatar Airways. Through the good efforts of the Philippine Football Federation, we were able to sign a 3-year deal with Qatar Airways.
Wow.
Yes. We're very happy chance on us, and that they really believe that Philippine football can be something more, of what it is today. So we intend to keep this partnership for a very long time, and we hope to grow the league further.
Stefan, let me go back to you. I understand that you are now a playing assistant coach of United City FC. Why did you accept this particular role, and how does this change the way you think you will be performing on the pitch?
First of all, I did not accept it. I asked for it.
You did. Okay.
Yeah, of course. I'm in the professional sport now for 20 years. Half my life, I spend the time following coaching instructions. So now I just excited to learn and see how it will be on the other end, and obviously preparing my future in football. I cannot play forever as much as I wish, and eager to learn, eager to see and experience how it will be part of drawing, preparing a training sessions. About the intensity, it's very, very complex, and I'm very excited to be part of doing both this year, playing and coaching at the same time. But as you said, I'm just a assistant coach for now, so I'm just observing, more or less learning, and bringing in the experience I do have already.
So far, what have you seen with your team, Stefan? We know that you're bringing back the core of Ceres into United City, and of course, you've got some really good players there, including Marañon, and you've got a young core as well. How do you assess the talent that you have with United City?
Well, given the fact that we maintain the core of Ceres into United City is very, very helpful. We know each other for 5 years. The team has a winning tradition. The players know each other, know the system, know what is asked from them. That helps the young guns to integrate themselves a little bit easier, and the past 3 weeks or 2 weeks since I'm here, they're learning, they're taking major steps every day. Very happy and very proud to see them going that well with the team.
Well, obviously you're preparing for your next career, so the logical question, Stefan, is how many more years are you looking at in terms of your playing career?
I will wait until someone is better than me. Then I would stop.
Terrific answer. All right. What about the Ascals? Just before we pack up, what is the outlook of the Ascals this year, Stefan?
No, this year we will not have any competition or any game with the Ascals. As far as I know, March or February, we're looking into the FIFA calendar again. Looking forward, we have a tremendous coach with Scott Cooper, and we still have the position to advance into the second round of the World Cup qualifiers, and we will take the chance and embrace it, and make the country proud, and put the spotlight one more time to Philippine football while we're rising.
Excellent, and we're looking forward to that. Before I let you go, Commissioner Coco, is there going to be television coverage for the PFL? Where can the fans watch the games?
Okay, so at the moment now, what we can confirm is that we will be on live stream, via YouTube and our Facebook channel. Currently, we are just finalizing the deal with a TV network so that the fans can, watch the PFL on live TV. So we will announce it once we finalize this matter.
Excellent. And, before I let you go, let me ask you, what does the restart of football mean to you and to this country? I'll start with you, Coco.
The restart of Philippine football means so much to so many people. First and foremost, the players who, this is their livelihood, their bread and butter. For them, their life without football, for me, is nothing, This is really their livelihood. So from the players that I've spoken to, they're really thankful. Like players like Stefan, who we've had breakfast last Sunday. We talked so many things about the good things of how Philippine football is restarting, and also the fans. They have been deprived of watching local football, so now the energy is very positive. They're very excited. And Philippine football isn't as big yet in the Philippines. So just the fact that it's becoming relevant again and being available to the Filipinos, gives it another chance to increase its awareness. So this is something that we're trying to push for, and hopefully a lot of people who have not yet tuned into the PFL yet would be enticed to watch our product and hopefully become a a local a fan of the sport.
All right. Stefan, what is the message that you're sending out with the restart of Philippine football through the Philippine Football League?
First of all, Coco, you're really a salesman. A really, really, really proper marketing guy you are. I love it. No, for us, it's everything. For us players, as a perspective, it's the best thing that happened this year so far in terms of football. So we are all very grateful. Like I said in the beginning, everyone, every club, every team is already a winner participating in this league, and the league will be a winner itself. So like Coco said, it will help to increase the awareness of the league of football, and we're very happy and very excited and grateful. When something is taken away from you for 8 months, which you love dearly, and you finally can approach it in the next few coming days, gives you a light in the end of the tunnel, and people will see that. We'll see that on the pitch. Everybody who will tune in will fall in love in the game like we do, and we're looking forward to expose football one more time.
And we're all looking forward to it, Stefan and Coco. We certainly welcome the return of football via the Philippine Football League. Good luck, stay safe, and enjoy the PFL bubble. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Nolly.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
Yan po mga kaibigan, ang Commissioner ng Philippine Football League, Coco Torre, and the star of United City FC, and of course the Ascals, Mr. Football himself, Stefan Schrock. Alright mga kaibigan, marami pa po tayong pag-uusapan ha. Bago po tayo magpatuloy, gusto ko lang po again magpasalamat sa lahat po ng ating mga tagapagtaguyod ng Power and Play. Gusto ko po magpasalamat sa Big Boss Cement. Big Boss sa tatag, Big Boss sa tibay. Big Boss Cement is the first eco-friendly cement company in the Philippines. First and only current or cement that is produced with low to 0% of high carbon footprint raw materials. Nandito na ang Big Boss Cement, di basta matitibag, approved sa kalikasan at sobrang abot kaya. Maraming salamat po sa kanilang company president and of course chief company innovator, Engineer Gilbert Cruz. Marami din po salamat sa Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Sa ganitong pabago-bago ng panahon, mga kababayan, sobrang init tapos biglang uulan, kailangan natin ng matibay at protektadong bubong. Dapat ang bubong ay yerong may aluminum para tiyak na pangmatagalan. Alam mo ba, pagka ang yero nyo ay may halong aluminum, ito ay tumatagal. At isa lang ang alam kong dekalidad na yerong may aluminum. Yan ang Cherry Loom, tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero. Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Maraming salamat kay paring Elmer Ngo ng Cherry Loom. And of course, nagpapasalamat din po kami sa Elms Resto Bar and Group. Ang Elms Resto Bar and Group, mga kaibigan, ay meron na pong mga party platters at meron na po silang mga pang-almusal, pang-tanghalian, pang-hapunan at pang-snack. You want a breakfast, snack, lunch, dinner, or even pulutan? Grab your phone and order now. Free delivery po sa kanilang mga branches sa Cali Bistro, Ever Commonwealth, Robinsons Novaliches, Makati, Poblacion Makati, and of course sa Brixton Street sa Pasig. Yung po kanilang paborito, mga Elms Kare-Kare and Beef, yung sizzling sinigang na corned beef, yung kanilang pong Elms Old Style Burger, and of course ang mga pasta. Elms Resto Bar Group, yan po ang inyong tawagan. Marami din po salamat, of course, sa Joyride, ang bago ninyong kasundo. Mabilis, mura at mapagkakatiwalaan na delivery dito na sa Joyride at subukin ang aming serbisyo. Download the Joyride app now. Prepare yourselves for an exciting online shopping spree this weekend with Shop in Your PJ sale. Get free delivery when you ship, or rather when you shop a minimum of 1,000 pesos. Yan po ang promo from October 16 to 18. Ito pong weekend na to, ha? Only at SM North EDSA through Joyride Delivery. Maraming salamat po sa Joyride at sa Happy Move. Of course, ang ating official hair and makeup, thank you to Macaledge School of Makeup Artistry. Maraming po salamat ang ating official makeup for Power and Play. And finally, kami po ay nagpapasalamat sa Skin, your face and body anti-aging center. Ang kanila po mga branches sa Alabang Town Center and of course sa Wilson Street sa San Juan ay bukas na. At kung gusto nyo pong umorder ng kanilang mga produkto, tumawag lamang sa kanilang mga numero 0917-890-1640 kung gusto nyo pong magpa-online consultation and magpa-appointment, tumawag lamang po right away. Skin, your face and body anti-aging center. Maraming salamat kay Dr. G. Sarmiento at kay Doc Richie Sarmiento. Alright, mga kaibigan, we are all set for our next guest. Itang importante itong mamang ito. Maraming ginagawa kaya hindi natin pwedeng basta-basta na lamang pag-intayin. Ang makakasama po natin ngayon, mga kaibigan, walang iba kundi ang Pangulo ng Fencing Association of the Philippines and of course ng Modern Pentathlon. Siya rin po ang namumuno niyan dito po sa ating bansa at siya rin po ang mayor ng Ormoc City. Walang iba kung hindi ang ating kaibigan, third time na sa Power and Play, si Mayor Richard Gomez. Mayor Goma, good morning.
Hi, good morning. It's nice to be with you again.
Maraming salamat po, Mayor. Salamat sa pagpapaunlak. Are you in Ormoc?
I'm in Ormoc. I've been here since the lockdown in February.
Pambihira talaga.
Sa Ormoc.
Talaga naman ang commitment mo, Mayor Goma, pambihira. Ha? Alam mo, sa dinami, I guess ang una kong tatanungin is, kamusta po ang Ormoc? How is the city? Alam natin na walang COVID dyan eh. Kaya, kamusta po ngayon? How is Ormoc coping with the pandemic?
Ang ginagawa kasi namin dito, pag may umuuwi ng mga Ormocanon, may mandatory sila na 14 days na quarantine. And then, meron kami isolation facility talaga. We have a 699 room na facility na sa amin lang. So kami nagmamanage. Kaya na pumapasok dito, doon namin muna sila nilalagay. Libre yung pagkain nila, libre yung stay nila. Until after 14 days, pwede na silang umuwi sa bahay nila. So basically, that's how we keep Ormoc City safe. And then, very strict kami sa mga borders namin. Yung mga hindi taga-Ormoc pero papasok sa Ormoc para magtrabaho or to do business, may mga kinakailangan sila i-comply. No? So, that way, mukhang sabi nila, strict sa Ormoc, pero that's the way we keep our people safe dito.
Well, nakakatuwa po yan dahil talagang ligtas na ligtas. Nakakatuwa na at least taga po napapangalagaan ng health ng ating mga kababayan. By the way, Mayor, kamusta po yung Ormoc Gym? Kasi ako, nung araw, nung ako po yung nasa PBA, nakapaglaro kami dyan. At napakaganda nung facility na yun. Kamusta po ang Ormoc Gym ngayon? Alam ko na medyo na-apektuhan yata ho dati nung Yolanda. Parang ganun ba ho yan?
Tinamaan ng Yolanda, pero naayos na namin.
Okay.
Functional siya, and then inayos na, pinalitan rin namin yung mga air conditioning, yung mga electric fan, tapos since that time nagtayo na rin kami ng mga bagong sporting facilities dito. Meron kaming bago na track and field, bago na grandstand, tapos may mga baseball field na kami dito.
Pwede na pala kayo nag-host ng PBA Bubble, ano?
Pwede talaga.
Pwede, no?
Pwede.
Alright. Alam niyo, Mayor, sa dinami-dami ng ginagawa ninyo, kami po ay talagang sumasaludo sa inyo. Ang dami yung trabaho bilang alkalde ng napaka-progresibong lungsod. But aside from that, you are also a president of 2 NSAs. At ngayon po, kayo ay tumatakbo bilang second vice president ng Philippine Olympic Committee sa ilalim po ng ticket ng current president na si Congressman Bambol Tolentino. Ang tanong ko, Mayor, sa dinami-dami po, meron ba kayong panahon pa? Talagang busy-busy na ho kayo. At bakit po kayo nagdesisyon tumakbo ngayon bilang opisyal ng POC?
Alam mo, yung sports talaga malapit sa akin yan. Malapit sa puso ko yan. So, pag sinabi sa akin na pwede ka bang tumulong padalhin sa larangan ng palakasan, talaga ako, I hardly say no. Basta when it comes to sports and sports development para sa mga bata natin, sa mga atleta natin, I will say yes right away. Kaya nung in one of our General Assembly, no, pagkatapos nun, nag-usap kami ni Congressman Bumble at sabi niya kung pwede raw ba akong tumulong sa kanya, tumakbo under his ticket. Sinabi ko talaga, kasi number one, kilala kita. Ang laki ng tinulong mo sa POC. Tapos ang laki ng tinulong niya rin sa sa mga athletes namin. Sabi ko, I'm here and willing to help you and I'm willing to run under your ticket.
Ano po ang magiging main objective niyo, Mayor? Kung kayo po ay mahalal bilang opisyales ng Philippine Olympic Committee. In other words, ano po ito magiging mismong platform ninyo? Personal po, ano po ang pakay ninyo para sa ating mga atleta at sa ating mga sports
number one
program?
talaga. Importante pa sa akin is to promote yung mga NSAs, yung mga sports natin and to help them to formulate sa mga sports programs nila. And as Vice President of the POC, pwede ko sila tulungan sa marketing nila kasi maraming mga sports, maraming NSAs na hirap talaga maghanap ng pondo and sa POC, we have the capacity to do that, no? Tumulong at ilapit sila sa mga kumpanya kung saan pwedeng madagdagan yung pondo nila. It's also nice na pag nasa POC ka, like ako, I've been chef de mission to several international competitions, no? Yun, natulungan sila sa sports program nila, nakakapili ka ng mga athletes coming from their own NSAs, tapos yung goal natin is always to bring home the gold medal para sa bansa.
In terms of the yung pong mga issues na pumapaloob sa POC, particularly yung constitutional reforms na gusto pong i-push ng ibang grupo sa POC, ano po ang position niyo, Mayor Goma? Let me just be very specific. Kayo ba ho pabor dun sa age limit na gustong itakda ng iba dyan sa Constitution sa pagtakbo bilang Pangulo ng POC?
I think sa maraming bagay, importante yung age limit, no? A lot of people kasi would like to hang on to their positions kahit alam mo yung minsan hindi ko na minamalit pero iba napakatanda na talaga, nakakatulog na sa mga meetings. Pag mga nasa ganong edad ka na, pagbigyan mo na yung mga mas bata at saka yung mas active yung yung mas active pa yung energy nila, no? Hindi sila nakakatulog sa meeting. I'm in favor of the age limit.
Yung pong pagpasok ng yung non-Olympic sports na pwedeng tumakbo bilang presidente ng POC. Sangayon ba ho kayo doon, Mayor?
Yun talaga, kailangan pag-usapan ng gusto yan. Paano kasi, you really have to give priority dun sa mga Olympic sports, no? Napakarami kasi mga bagong sports ngayon na hindi pa nilalaro sa Olympics or hindi pa nilalaro sa mga Asian Games or kahit sa Southeast Asian Games. So ito talagang matagal na usapin to. But as it is right now, we really have to give priority na makaboto lang our mga Olympic sports.
Alam natin, Mayor, ang dalawang paksyon niya nagtatalo para sa pagiging Pangulo. Yung pong grupo ninyo, kasama ni Presidente Bumble Tolentino at yung grupo po ng POC Executive Board Member na si Attorney Clint Aranas. Bakit po ninyo sinalihan ang ticket ni Congressman Bumble? Ano po ang nakikita niyo doon sa inyong grupo na ika nga may edge kayo laban naman doon sa inyong mga katunggalin? Alam
mo, both Clint and Bumble are my personal friends. Kaibigan ko talaga yan. And I'm able to talk to them, lalaki sa lalaki. Except that, hindi ko during the time na tinanong ako ni Bumble kung pwede akong tumulong sa kanya, I gave my commitment to him. And then, after a week or two, I found out that si Clint was going to run. He wanted to talk to me. And then pati yung mga kasama niya. So ako ganun kasi nagbigay na ako ng commitment ko kay Bumble. Sabi ko kay Bumble, I will support you, I will help you, and then sana pare-pare tayong manalo. So my commitment stayed with Bumble. Of course, these two people are very good people. They're very intelligent. They're very helpful to Philippine sports, no? Pero syempre, ito yung time na kailangan na you have to stay on one side, and my commitment binigay ko kay Bumble.
Yan ang tinatawag na gentleman's agreement, no? Yung talagang yung tunay na lalaki. Kaya ito, alam natin na ang pinakamalaking goal natin ay makakuha ng ginto sa Olympics. You have been there, you have competed as an athlete, and alam niyo how difficult it is and how much of a support kailangan ng isang atleta. Na-quote kayo one time, I think it's about last year or a couple of years ago, na sinabi niyo, imbis na bigyan ng napakaraming pondo ng ang basketball, bigyan ng suporta ang mga ibang sports, lalong-lalo na yung mga sports na maaari tayong maging competitive sa Olympiada. Is that still your position at this time? Considering na isa sa mga katiket ninyo ay ang Pangulo ng SPP na si Mr. Al Pandillo.
Yeah. There are sports that can stand alone. Kahit wala sila, kahit very minimal yung support na nakuha na sa PSC and POC, kaya nilang mabuhay. Like for example, perfect example is volleyball and basketball. Kahit hindi magbigay ng tulong ang PSC at saka POC dyan, mabubuhay because of corporate sponsors na nakuha nila and because of the competitions na na-generate ng NSA. No? So ang akin is, let us, ako para sa akin personally, at our state right now, may hirapan pa tayo to focus on team sports.
Mm-hmm.
Siguro culturally, doon talaga tayo nahihirapan na to work as a team, no?
Yeah.
Kaya yung strength natin is really on individual sports. Ano yung mga individual sports na pwede tayo mag-excel? Hindi, may possibility tayo na mag-Olympic gold. Andiyan yung boxing, andiyan yung gymnastics, andiyan yung clay shooting. Andyan yung martial arts, no? Taekwondo.
Tama.
or judo. Yun yung mga sports na may chance talaga tayo na mag-Olympic gold. Hindi ko minamalit yung mga team sports, pero honestly, we have a long way to go. Basketball is one of our favorite sports. Kita tayo ng mga Filipinos, talagang we are basketball aficionados, but we have to come into the reality na yung basketball natin, may hirapan talaga tayo pag abot natin sa world stage. Simply because basketball is really a big man's game. Kailangan talaga, basically, matangkad ka doon. Yung bilis, nandun na tayo sa bilis, pero kung lumalaban tayo sa mga 7-footer at tayo mga Pilipino ay nasa mga 6'3", 6'4" lang, talagang may disadvantage talaga.
Tama yan. And obviously, marami tayo mga basketball players na kumikita na naman at magaganda na ang kapalaran. Marami tayong mga atleta na kailangan din ng mas malaki pang suporta katulad ng mga nabanggit.
If ever, alam mo, Tony, if ever ang nakikita ko na chance natin sa basketball is really 3-on-3.
Yan. Maganda yan. Maganda
may pag-asa tayo doon.
Oo. Kahit papaano doon, medyo hindi kailangan na napakalalaking player dahil yun, mabilisan ang laro.
Okay lang, magaling ka manggulang doon.
Larong kalye, no? Larong kalye. Parang laro natin nung araw, Mayor. Ito, Mayor. Matanong ko lang ako, kasi siyempre hindi ko naman pwedeng hindi bitawan na hindi kita tinatanong about your own NSA, yung fencing, and of course, modern pentathlon. Yes. Kamusta ang programa po ng fencing? Alam natin na dito sa pandemya, lahat natigil, no? But fencing is one sport na may social distancing actually, no? Pwedeng maglaro dahil hindi naman yung contact sport. So, kamusta po ang naging programa niyo during the pandemic?
Dalawang NSA yung hinahawakan ko, Philippine Fencing at saka Philippine Modern Pentathlon. Doon sa fencing, nahirapan talaga tayo. Paano kasi pinagbawal ng PSC na mag-training yung mga athletes natin sa venue, no? So, yung mga fencers natin, I'm trying to work out a budget na sana madala sila dito sa Ormoc City. Paano dito sa Ormoc City? Even nung nagka-pandemic tayo, dahil alam ko naman na somehow controlled yung COVID dito, the training for modern pentathlon never stop. Yung pentathlon natin dito, ang sa 5 na sports, 4 ang nilalaro namin dito. Run, shoot, swimming, and fencing. Wala pa kami dito yung equestrian, no? So, I'm trying to work it out with PSC and then sa congressional office kung makakuha kami ng budget to bring the fencers dito sa Ormoc. Paano kasi they have to prepare already para sa qualifying nila sa Olympics.
Okay. Wow.
And yung sa modern pentathlon naman, marami ngayon mga virtual na mga competitions. And I'm happy to say na dun sa sa isang event na ginagawa namin, yung shooting, laser shooting. Yung isang babae natin nag-number 3 and she bested about mga 32 countries, no, in participating in that particular event. So we're able to produce world-class athletes para sa modern pentathlon.
Well, very impressive, Mayor, and we certainly wish you luck. Sana nga ho, magawa natin ang paraan ng ating mga atleta na makapunta dyan in your own in your own Ormoc bubble, ika nga, para po matulungan natin ang ating mga pentathletes natin, and of course ang ating mga fencers. Mayor, before I let you go, I have to ask one medyo controversial issue about the current situation sa POC. Nung isang araw po, I think kahapon, may lumabas na balita na may mga ibang membro ng POC Executive Board na nagre-request o at least nagde-demand mula sa POC, lalong-lalo na yung FISGOC, Mayor, na mag-liquidate o magbigay ng kanilang audited report sa POC dahil ito po ang mandato daw na ibinigay nila sa FISGOC at tila hindi po ito naibigay. And of course, alam natin na kasama po ninyo yan sa ticket ninyo. I don't want to make this a political issue, but I guess you have always stood for principle, Mayor. Alam natin yan, no? So ano po ang stand ninyo dito when it comes to the requirement to liquidate, to provide the report, and to pakita kung paano po nagastos sa mga pondong nakuha ng FISGOC?
No, during our last General Assembly, diniman talaga ng camp nila Clint Aranas na i-present yung audited statement na ginamit sa Southeast Asian Games, itong huling nakaraang Southeast Asian Games. And President Bumble said na yes, he will present the audited, no, and the final report ng expenditures nila sa FISGOC. So ang next natin na General Assembly, pag inopen ito, i-present nila yan together with the treasurer of the POC na si Julian Camacho. It is the right of sina Clint nila Bob Bachman to really ask for the audited report, no. Dapat talaga makita natin yan at ipapakita yan ni President Bumble Tolentino.
All right. Well, at least maganda po yan at ika-tabayanan po natin yan, Mayor. Mayor, yes. Maraming salamat sa panahon mo. I wish you all the best, and alam ko naman na ikaw ay isa sa mga very popular NSA presidents, very energetic, young, dynamic, and I certainly hope that you will make it to the POC board. Ako po, yan ha. Kung ako boboto na ako para sa iyo.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Akin lang talaga. Ang background ko, nanggaling talaga ako sa pagka-atleta, kaya ang laki yung puso ko talaga nasa mga athletes. And I know that with the right program, with the right governance and accountability, we can really help NSAs and we can really boost Philippine sports into higher international level. Hopefully, in the years to come, yung POC can really deliver to Philippine sports, and hopefully in the future, yung mga atleta natin will really become stronger, faster, and higher.
Good luck po, Mayor. Hindi lamang po sa POC, kung hindi sa Ormoc City. Maraming salamat sa oras nyo, Mayor Goma.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yan po mga kaibigan ang presidente ng Philippine Fencing Association and of course the Philippine Modern Pentathlon Association at Ormoc City Mayor Richard Gomez. Talagang siya po ay tumatakbo bilang second vice president ng Philippine Olympic Committee. Kita nyo naman ha. Yung mga may nagtitext dito, parang magkamukha. Hindi, malayo naman. Hindi naman kayo naman. Masyado naman kayo. Mayor Goma, saludo ko sa iyo. Alright mga kaibigan, at this point, meron pa tayong panahon para magbasa ng pulso. Gusto ko lang batiin ng isang magandang umaga po yung mga nakikinig sa atin, sila Joy Abaha, Normala Garingan. Good morning, Doc Agamohe. Good morning po, Kapitayo. Sige, kapi-kapi tayo dyan. Henry Taglilazo, watching from Marilao, Bulacan. Go, Hinebra! Alioya Buhain, good morning to all. Henry Taglilazo, magandang umaga po. Remedios Domingo from Isabela. Magandang umaga po. Ang dami po natin mga suki na naririto, pero patuloy po nating inaantabayanan. Marami tayo mga nagpadala ng mga pulso pati po sa aking Twitter, at gusto ko lang i-acknowledge lahat po ng mga nagpasok ng kanilang mga mga opinion tungkol sa ating pinupulsahan kung dapat na bang i-lift yung indefinite ban ni Coach Aldin Ayo. Sabi ni Errol Grimares, hindi dapat. Disiplina ang una dapat. Tinuturo ng isang coach, 2 months is not enough for UAP to lift it. Tama naman, masyado pang maaga, di ba? Mula naman kay Francisco Garcia, kasali ba ang taekwondo sa Tokyo Olympics next year? Iba to ha. Marami pa po tayo dito mga opinion. Sinasabi po ng isang kasama natin, Joshua Mari Lopez, I don't think so, although it's an official document, the report clearing Ayo of any IATF guidelines is not sufficient. The fact he brought those kids there is quite bad given the situation. Plus, how can we be sure that the provincial government and PNP did not have any bias? Mula naman po kay D. Pinoy Cosmonaut, is it a life? It's not. It's an indefinite ban. Maybe they should ban him for 2 to 3 years from basketball. Ayun po ang kanyang opinion. Mula naman kay Stuart sa Twitter din po, yes, it was too harsh. Maybe ban him for 1 or 2 years. Everyone deserves a second chance. Tama naman yan. Mula kay Carlos Katigbak Sanchez, yes, dapat daw i-lift yung ban. Mula kay FCML, he should serve for 5 years. That's 1 playing cycle for a player. Then if good conduct may be lifted, but he's not banned to coach in other leagues like Inter Barangay sa Sorsogon. Grabe to. mga opinion. Mula kay Bong Matakot, yes, at best, or should I say worst, 1 to 2 years. Give the man a chance. He may have overdone it, but it was out of zealousness and desire to be great. Have him pay his dues and lift the ban. Mula kay Buenroy, I agree 2 years since that is his livelihood. I would like to add another year as penalty for his kayabangan. Hope he learns his lesson well. Naku, talaga naman, ang dami mga opinion. Marami po salamat. Ang dami pa po nagpapadala ng opinion nila tungkol sa ating pinulsuhan. Yan po yung kung dapat nang i-lift yung ban ni Coach Aldin Ayo. At this point, mga kaibigan, tuloy-tuloy po tayo. Sabi nga natin, kwentuhan lang naman ngayong umagang ito. Nakakwentuhan po natin, walang iba, kung hindi yung general manager ng Quest Hotel dyan po sa Clark, kung saan nandun ang PBA bubble. Gusto natin malaman, ano ba ang kanilang ginawang paghahanda? At ito ba ay isang bagay na talaga namang hanggang ngayon ay nagbibigay ng tulong sa mga PBA players. Tingnan po natin ang ating panayam kay Michael Gapin, ang General Manager ng Quest Hotel sa PBA Bubble. And we are very fortunate to have with us right now the man who's done so much for the success of the PBA Bubble, the General Manager of Quest Hotel in Clark, no other than Mr. Michael Gapin. Good evening, Mr. Gapin.
Good evening. Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining us. I know you're a very busy man, and I know there's a lot of work right now there. But before I go to the nitty-gritty of what you've done so far in the PBA bubble, you look like I've seen some of your pictures, even with the Southeast Asian Games, and when you hosted some of the athletes there. You look like a guy who is into sports. Have you played any sport, or have you played basketball at all, Michael?
No, unfortunately not basketball, but soccer, football, yes.
Absolutely, and you are French. And how long have you been in the country?
I've been in the country for 3.5 years now.
Oh, that's terrific. So you were here during the Southeast Asian Games, and now you are again with another sporting event. And this time, of course, this was almost unplanned, but certainly very welcome. Before the PBA bubble, Michael, may we know how was the condition? How are you coping in Quest Hotel? We know that the lockdown shut down everything, and how was the hotel prior to the PBA bubble?
I mean, we were very lucky because we didn't close the hotel. We were open all the time. Even though during March, April, it was a little bit quiet, but by May, June, we still have some business with overseas Filipino coming back to the country, as well as some companies located in Clark who are actually housing their staff in our hotel. So far, we have been very, very lucky, I must say.
And so, as you said, at least there was business coming in, but And then this opportunity came as in the form of a hosting of the PBA bubble. Can you take us through the process? How did you find out about this, and what did you do upon finding out, and I guess making a bid to host the PBA?
I mean, very much like you, I found out in a newspaper that actually Clark was bidding for the PBA bubble, and the first things to my mind was like, wait, okay, Quest Plus would be the perfect location for this PBA bubble. So that's why we tried to get in touch with organizer, with CDC as well, Clark Corporation, and see if we could bid for this event. And it went very fast. Because as you mentioned earlier, we have the experience of being the headquarter of the SEA Games, so we know how to deal with such a big event. And we sent our quotation, we sent our bid, and we were over the moon as soon as we found out that we got the PBA bubble, because this is the first time in the Philippines. So very grateful to be part of this PBA bubble.
When you were asked to make a bid, did you know what was required of the hotel, and did you have to make any adjustments or changes to the current setup of the hotel?
Not really. I mean, now we are in a new normal, so we already implemented, let's say in April this year, we already implemented all our culture of clean, which is all the protocols that with thermal scan, with hand sanitizer in the public facilities, food baths at the main entrance, as well with a cleaning protocol in the guest room. So everything was already in place. What would have been the challenge, I would say, is actually we have to house all our hotel associates in a bubble. So we have about 140 staff, sorry. So it was a little bit challenging at the beginning how we can house everybody. And also, they also go with a similar restriction that the PBA entourage. So we undergone a swab test. We also have our self-quarantine. So all the protocol have to be followed as well for the staff working in the hotel.
So in other words, let me get this clear, Michael. What you mean to say is your entire 140 or so staff have also been housed by the hotel, and they're not going home. They are staying in the bubble as well.
That's right, yes.
Wow. So this is a major, not only operations, but a major adjustment to all of you, to the lifestyle of the people who work in Quest Hotel.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, as soon as we found out that we got the PBA bubble, we asked the staff, say, are you willing to work? And they understand that during these difficult times, they all say, yes, we go for it. And on the top of that is basketball. So
okay, okay, that's the cherry on top of the cream. But did you have, and again, you don't have to be specific, but did you have to give some kind of hazard pay or some kind of additional pay to these people? I mean, that is what it costs the hotel to host?
No, because they also understand, again, there are some difficult time for the hospitality industry at the moment. So as soon as we told them that we have a business secure for the 2.5 months, they really, I mean, we are very lucky. I work with a fantastic team. All our hotel associates are all on the same page, and they understand that they are also lucky at this time to be able to work on daily basis.
That is fantastic. That is really terrific to hear how people have come together and how people are willing to sacrifice. People are, of course, welcoming the work, and just to make it look as if it is normal, although it's not. But at least it looks normal to everyone, especially the sports fans and the basketball fans. Now, Michael, how big is the operation? I know that your hotel, this is a 350-man guest or delegation of the PBA, and they required about 210 rooms. How big is Quest Hotel?
So right now, actually, so we have 210 rooms plus the staff, so the hotel is full, I guess. Okay. And we are running the hotel 24/7, so we have to be prepared with also the additional measure that was required from IATF. But since we already had a new normal for the last few months, it was pretty simple to adjust with the requirement for PBA.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's practically the entire hotel is filled up because of the requirements for the staff. In terms of food preparation for the PBA, How many meals do you prepare a day? I know that buffet is not allowed, so you're now supposed to give fixed meals to each and every one. How many meals do you prepare each day, each meal, and do you deliver this to the rooms? Is this the way
Yes.
that it's done?
Yes. So we have 350 guests from PBA. So we have to deliver breakfast, lunch, and dinner to their home. And on the top of that, we also have to cook for the staff as well to prepare the staff meal. So we are looking at about 1,600 meals per day.
My goodness. And in terms of security, did you have to beef up your security as well?
Yes. We also reinforce some posting as well, mainly in the estates, to make sure that we still protect the integrity of the bubble. And as well as sometimes we need to remind also the protocol to some of the players to make sure that, again, we really follow strictly the protocols required from IATF as well from CDC and BCDA.
What about special needs? Was there a need to? I know that some of the players are tall; they're longer than the regular beds. Did you have to put extenders to the beds? Was there any requirement
So
from
far,
the
no,
PBA?
we were ready with bed extension, to be honest, because we expected it. But so far, it seems to be pretty good. So I guess they manage on their own.
Okay, and no special requirements for food. Some people would like to ask some kind of meals or dishes.
Yes, no. We had per team actually a plan for their meals. Some people are vegetarian, some people do not eat beef, some people do not eat chicken. So that's why the first week was very critical for us to be able to adjust. And then a menu cycle is in place, so it's much easier from now.
All right. Let's go to the more important requirement, which is the health and safety protocols that the hotel put together. So were there any specific machines, equipment that you had to purchase? And how often is your staff being tested?
So basically, we already have everything in place. So thermal scanner, we're already there at the entrance. Hand sanitizer, we have already everything. So basically, everything was there already. We didn't purchase any additional equipment. What we have to follow is because PBA players, coaches, and ourselves are using the Stay Safe apps. So every morning we have to check in, and at the end of the working day, we have to check out as well to make sure that we also filled up our health condition on daily basis. And this is a way that we can track to make sure that everybody is actually with a good health.
Okay. And in terms of disinfection of the rooms, in terms of housekeeping, or there special requirements as well?
Yes, of course. So basically, the public facilities are actually sanitized every 2 hours.
Wow, that's
a
lot of work.
Yeah, it is. And the cleaning of the room actually is following our culture of clean, which we have a strict protocol in place already, and we just follow step by step, basically.
Okay. I know that, doesn't Quest Hotel have a convention center as well?
No, we don't.
You don't. Okay. Now, let me go to, I was talking to the Commissioner Marshall, and he told me that he was allowed deliveries, food deliveries to come into the hotel. How does the hotel take care of this in terms of making sure that, one, it is safe, and secondly, obviously, to make sure that it does not affect any of your services as well?
So we actually, the PBA, we require the PBA to select only 3 outlets to be able to control. And there is only one access from them to enter the estate, the bubble. And they are actually, there is also one main entrance where they can only deliver the food. Then from there, they sanitize, we sanitize all the packaging and everything. And we also ask the player to pay our front office. And we are the one to handle the cash and give it to the outlets or to the delivery person.
Okay, so it goes through you so that no money is exchanged.
That's why we really want to minimize the contact with outside people and the players. So we want to make sure we have a control there.
Were you also required to put in additional facilities for amusement for the players? Any special requests for that?
We converted our Charlie's bar, which is our sport bar. We have a LED screen, so we actually broadcasted, of course, the NBA final. It was a must.
Yeah.
The player came down and watched it on our big LED screen. But we have also a billiard, we have darts, we have game boards, we have chess. So this is also for them to be entertained a little bit and think about something else than basketball.
It's been almost 3 weeks now, Michael, and it has run very smoothly so far. We have heard very glowing remarks from the players and the teams, and of course the officials. What have been the common problems that you have experienced? I'm sure there have been a little hitch, bump somewhere. What have been the small problems so far in the PBA bubble?
No, I will say that at the beginning it was like, because everybody has his own request with the meals, and so at the beginning it was a lot of information to digest for our team. But after a few days, and we understood that what was the meal plan for each team, so it was much easier. We also had a meeting with all the team managers that we understand if there is any additional needs, and then from there we get it addressed, or we help them with assistance. Is there anything that they need?
Wow. Well, Michael, before I let you go, aside from the fact that you've given a lot of jobs to your people and you've kept business going, what does having the PBA? The first question, I guess, is why did you bid for the PBA? That's the first question, and the second is, what does having the PBA bubble mean to you and to Quest Hotel at this time?
Basically, I mean, we are in a difficult time, and I think we all fighting for business. But having the first sport bubble in the Philippines and to be part of it, all of us here at Quest Plus, we are very proud to be a part of this event. On the top of that, giving this basketball entertainment for Filipinos is also very good for the whole country. So we're very proud, we're very grateful. It was a lot of work to be done, but I think we are in the right direction. We have done very good so far, like you mentioned. We hope to keep it up. We want to set high standards as well, because I do believe that eventually more sport bubble will come up, because this pandemic is not over. So it will be possible that maybe by end of this year or early next year, other sports will also think that it's a good concept, it's a good model to replicate here in Clark, or even in Manila, or somewhere else in Cebu, or anywhere in the Philippines. And we hope by set up these standards that we can help also the hospitality industry to replicate this model. So if we can do that, then we will be very honored to be the first one to achieve this.
Well, you certainly have. Yan po mga kaibigan ang panayam natin kay Michael Gape, ng General Manager ng Quest Hotel, na siyang host po ngayon ng PBA Bubble, yung pong ginagawang PBA tournament dyan po sa Clark, Pampanga. Very, very interesting man, very interesting stories. At tayo nagpapasalamat sa tulong na binigay ng Quest Hotel sa PBA. Alright mga kaibigan, at this point, we will take a quick break. Mag-news break lamang po tayo. Sa oras na 9:35 ng umaga, magbabalik pa po ang Power and Play, hatid sa inyo ng Big Boss Cement at ng Cherry Loom. Nagbabalik po Power and Play. Isang belated happy birthday sa mga taga-PBA, lalong-lalo na kay JJ Helterbrand. Of course, the Dean, Kenito Henson, belated happy birthday, partner. At sa ating butihing commissioner, Commissioner Willie Marshall, belated happy birthday sa iyo, Erap Willie Marshall. All right, talking about the PBA, kagaya ng amin pong ipinangako, meron po kami naging interview with the winningest coach of the PBA. Walang iba kung hindi ang Barangay Ginebra head coach, Tim Cone. Panoorin niyo po to. We are with Tim Cone inside the bubble itself in Clark, and it's really good to see you, Tim. You know, I only follow you via social media posts, and the last time I saw you on an IG post was that of you and Jojo Lastimosa running. You were running. Jojo was on a bike, and it seemed like you found a regular schedule there, Tim.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, here you do anything you can to get out of your room, and because you know we're locked. Basically, we just have our room to go back to, and so you try to go out. So in the mornings, I go out and try to do a walk run, and just happened at that particular time, Jojo had come out with his bike, and it was awesome. I was able to reconnect with Jojo. We did that for a full hour, and we were talking the whole time. And suddenly I looked at my watch. I said, "Jojo, we've been doing this for an hour." And he was shocked. I was shocked, and it was perfect. So
That's nice.
We do that. I also swim every day. They have a big pool here, so I get to go out and swim every day, do laps. So I'm getting in pretty good shape, actually. Considering
I can see that, Tim. You look like you're in better shape than you were out of the bubble. But you know, conceivably, Tim, if your team goes all the way, you're probably leaving the bubble just before Christmas, a few weeks before Christmas, and this is the longest time you've been away from Chris and the kids. How are you coping personally?
Well, I remember, you know, my wife Chris and I were talking before we left, and we were trying to figure out when was the longest time we'd ever been apart since we've been married. We've been married 30 years, and we dated for 7 years before that. So we've been together for 37 years, and we were thinking, when's the longest? And the longest we could figure out was 16 days. That's the longest that we've ever been apart, is 16 days in 37 years. So I think we're already past that already here. Almost about 16 days already.
Let me ask you first, Tim. So far, as you said, you've been there for almost 2 weeks now, or over 2 weeks now. What has impressed you the most so far with the PBA bubble?
Well, I mean, it's done very well. I mean, I have to admit. I mean, it's much better than I thought. You know, first of all, there's a real sense of safety here. You know, we're not concerned about COVID. We're not worried about getting infected. There's a sense of calm that you don't have when you're outside. You go into the market and you're all loaded up with your face shields and stuff. And, you know, there's a real sense of safety here. And that's probably the number one thing. We feel like we're the safest place in the country right now. That's what
I can imagine.
Yeah, right. We're the safest place in the country. So in that regard, it's really good. You know, the games I thought were going to be every day. I thought we were going to be playing every day. There'd be 3 or 4 games a day. We'd be playing every day. But we've actually got 2 or 3 days in between games, which is good. We get practices and time to recover. So, you know, I think the PBA has done a tremendous job, and we can't do anything but salute the Board of Governors for allowing us to get into this thing.
Let me ask you, Tim, from a coach's perspective, obviously this is an ideal setup. You know, you have all your players with you. You get to monitor what's going on with the team, with your players. You get to see them every day. But is it really ideal in that sense, Tim, that you are with your team day in, day out, and you know the players are with you, having to follow all of your rules?
Well, you know, the good news is I don't have to put rules in. The rules are already in place, so I have to. There's no rules that I have to inflict. Just be on time when we have a meeting or time together. You know, we meet for workouts, which is unusual because we don't usually do that during the season. We do it pre-season, but not regular games. We don't go to specific workouts together. And then we also have practices every day. And here we have no days off because, and the reason you have no days off is because when guys are not doing something, that means they are in their room 99% of the time. And that means they're laying on their bed and they're watching TV or playing PlayStation or doing whatever they do. And so,
Right.
when you go home, you're walking around the house, you're talking to your family, you may go to the market, you may go out, you're active. But here, when you're not actually being active, you're laying down. So
Wow.
we don't want to give days off because otherwise guys are going to be laying down all day in their room. So we need to get them up and active and doing stuff. So that's a little bit of a change and different, but it's in some ways it's a good change. But again, I also, we don't want our guys getting tired of their roommate being, cooped up with their roommate for 24 straight hours.
Yeah.
We know what it's like to be married and have a new wife. Those who are married, and you have to adjust to their habits and what they do, and that's what these guys are doing. They're adjusting the habits of their roommates.
I know you. I know you for a guy who is very big on building chemistry, doing a lot of activities together. I know you host parties in your house just for the team, and you're a guy that just likes to keep that spirit together, which is perfect for Ginebra. But this is the easy part early on in this bubble, obviously. How are you preparing for that part when you're like a month and a half into the bubble, and boredom comes in, monotony comes in, and even stress? How are you beginning to look at this thing?
Well, that's a really good question, and no one's really ever done this before except the NBA. Eric Spoelstra obviously did a great job of getting his team prepared and going through that whole bubble. But aside from that blueprint, which we don't know all that much about because we weren't there, we're kind of making our own blueprint on how to do this. And so it's doing it day by day, dealing with it day by day. We know it can get worse, but we're also working hard on winning. Really helps. You win, it really, really helps.
Yeah.
I can't imagine if you go into a losing streak, how difficult it's going to be. Everybody will be on edge. Everybody will be upset. So one of the keys, I think, is continuing to win. If you can continue to win, you won't run into the problems that you will have when you naturally use. And obviously, we're not going to win every game. So unfortunately, we haven't lost yet. But we got Morocco coming up.
Right. In that sense, Tim, I know that some teams did not bring their full complement of coaches. First question, I guess, is did you? And second question is, are you planning on bringing some kind of team building specialist or a sports psychologist somewhere down the road when it's allowed? Or is that something that's not even in the equation?
Well, it's not allowed, first of all. We're not allowed to do something like that. We can't invite anybody into the bubble, even if it means we give them a test and whatever, unless they change the rules, which I don't think they would do late in the game. But right now, no, we're locked into who we have. And yes, we do have our full complement of coaches. All four of our regular coaches, 5, including myself, are here. And I think that's a big help. Because you have more leadership. I think leadership is the key. I think the key also for us as a team is that we have veteran leadership. We're not young guys, and so I think that we have a lot of guys that people look up to and respect, and they'll help us. And if guys have a problem, I don't think that they'll be shy to go to those leaders and talk to them about it. And but we have our, we're watching everybody with an eagle eye. No doubt about it. We're watching it, making sure, trying to settle any differences that might happen. It's going to happen. It's just you have to expect it, but you just have to figure out how you're going to deal with it when it happens.
Let's go to your team, Tim. What is the level of conditioning of the team? I've watched a number of games already in the bubble. I've been following the teams. I can see some teams, some players are out of shape, and that's obvious because we've been laid off for so long, and the prep time has been very little. What is the level of conditioning do you think of this team from a scale of 1 to 10? Where are you right now?
Well, before I answer that, if you look at the NBA and if you were watching the NBA, when that bubble started off, there was a lot of guys in that NBA that were in bad shape. And they were off even less time than we were. We were off a lot longer than those guys are. So to expect our guys, again, a lot of it was we were confined to homes. We couldn't get out.
Right.
I know that I couldn't, for 3 months, I couldn't leave my house, not even just to go outside and jog or walk. So, you had to be really creative. It's one thing to sit in your house and do weights and, do bands, but the cardio part was really difficult for players to do during this whole pandemic, caught up in their homes. So that was what was really lacking. So where are we right now? It depends on the player. It's so funny because, right before we came into the bubble, we were doing what we call cluster practices. So we had clusters of players, and I happened to have Scotty, Aljon, and the two rookies, Arvin and Ken, and they came to my cluster, right? So that's the only guys I saw before we entered the bubble. And like Scotty and Aljon were like incredible shape, and Kent was incredible shape. Arvin was a little bit behind, but I mean he caught up quickly. But I mean, Aljon and Scotty were just out of this world, and I was thinking, wow, our team is really fantastic. There's no problem with our team. And then I got to see everybody else. I went, uh-oh, But I had
I actually I saw some of the IG posts of Scotty, and he had bought like numerous equipment in his house, I think.
Yeah.
And he converted his basement or whatever that is, his porch into a gym. Amazing.
And it paid off. It really paid off because he is I think that he probably is he and Aljon are the top 5 of best guys in shape in this whole bubble. I'm sure the other coaches will disagree, but I mean those 2 guys are just out of this world in shape.
So Tim, are you even concerned about injuries at this point? That's why you're lucky that you have a deep roster. But obviously some other teams don't have that luxury distributing the minutes. But at this point, are you seriously concerned about injuries?
Well, I mean, look at Alaska. They lost Kevin
Rakal.
Who's
That's
a
right.
really key guy to an ACL injury of all things. So he's going to be out for quite a while. And we've had couple of guys go down with the thing. We still missing Art and Mike. Mike Kagiwa is still having a problem with his calf, and Art's been injured for about a month with his hamstring. So those guys are still coming off injury. LA, of course, is coming off that surgery. He's been an amazing, warrior. He's having his wound drained every day. They're having it cleaned, and he's still coming to practice every day. He's still doing workouts, and he's still, getting ready for games, which is an incredible thing. I don't know anybody else that would ever do that except for LA. I mean, it's amazing. Of course, Japeth was late to the bubble. We only had one practice with him, and he was being quarantined in his room, by himself for like 2 weeks before that. So he wasn't able to work out either. So those guys are the ones that are still having problems. But I'd say that everybody else would be on the 8 to 9 range. But Japeth would be more of a 6, 7 at this time. I think LA's got about a couple of weeks yet before he's in shape to play the kind of game that he wants to play.
You played,
like I said, we have a deep roster.
Right. You played 2. Puputulin po natin ang bahagya yung ating interview with Coach Tim Cone dahil mahaba pa po ng konti at napag-usapan po niya dyan sa ating panayam sa kanya yung kanyang mga manlalaro, no? Kung gaano po siya kabilib sa ginagawa ngayon nila Prince Caperal, yung buong bench niya, sila Jared Dillinger, of course yung depensa ni Stanley Pringle. Pero napag-usapan din po natin dyan yung pong naging panayam natin kay Greg Slaughter last week. Kung saan natanong po natin si Greg Slaughter kung nag-uusap na sila ng Barangay Ginebra. At si Coach Tim Cone po ang mismong sumagot kung ano po ang estado, ika nga, ng pag-uusap ngayon ng kanilang dating big man na si Greg Slaughter at ng koponan ng Barangay Ginebra. At iba pang bagay, doon po sa panayam ni Coach Tim Cone. Pakinggan po natin ito. Latest between you and Greg, and perhaps with Ginebra?
Well, I know that he talked to our team manager, Big Boy Rodriguez, and they cleared the air on some issues, and they I think they ironed out some issues, and I think there's going to be more talks along the way. The thing is right now for Greg and the team is that he cannot join us by rule. He signed a contract tomorrow. He's out of the bubble no matter what. You're locked into the 25 guys you have. So,
right.
You know, to be absolutely clear, he cannot join us right now. So I guess there's a consternation since he can't join us. You know, do we want to talk contract now about what? You know, about next conference? Are you going to talk about next conference or what? I think that's what the things that are being worked out with him and management in terms of what exactly he's going to do at this point since he's not with us in the bubble. So I don't know whether he's going to play for the national team or go to Japan for a while or go to Europe or whatever.
But I guess the only thing that the Ginebra fans are interested to know is he someone that you are you know, hope you can have again back in the team?
I fully expect him to play for us next conference. I fully expect him to play for us next conference. I mean, I think they'll work it out. I think he'll be. I'm excited about having him back. And I tried hard to get him into this bubble, but he just had too many things going on that he couldn't make it in time to get here. And he needed to get here, you know, a couple of weeks before to really talk to management, settle things, and get a contract, and then go in with us. But he just couldn't get there in time. So we wanted him here. I personally wanted him here desperately, but he just didn't have it. He's got a lot of personal things going on, and but I think he's ready. You know, he said he's ready to play again, and I think we'll see him next conference. I'm very confident of that, and I'm excited to have him back.
I'm sure the Ginebra fans are excited as well, and I think that's all they needed to know. Tim, before I'd like to say thank you for joining me, and I guess it's off to golf when you have the time. Enjoy your downtime, whatever little downtime you have there. But again, good luck to Ginebra, and I certainly look forward to seeing you near the Christmas when you get out of the bubble. Stay safe.
Honored to be on your show. Truly honored to be on your show. It's always an honor. Be with you.
Yan po mga kaibigan ang ating panayam with Coach Tim Cone ng Barangay Ginebra. Naku, medyo may mga party po doon na hindi natin napalabas, pero again, nabanggit po niya ang kanyang koponan, how satisfied he is, although pinupush pa rin ang kanyang koponan, Stanley Pringles defense, yung pong estado, napili po niya ang Talk and Text at saka ang Phoenix, na dalawa sa mga koponan na talagang nakapag-impress sa kanya so far. Maraming salamat kay Coach Tim Cone ng Barangay Ginebra. Alright, patuloy po tayo. Bago tayo magpaalam, meron na po isang pahabol na pulso dito mula kay Jerome Nelmida. Sabi niya, siguro po hindi dapat i-lift yung ban kay Coach Ayo. Kasi hindi naman ata dapat tularan yung ginawa niya at baka kasi maulit lang yung kanyang mga ginawa. Okay, so medyo negative siya. Again, mga kaibigan, meron po tayo mga pagbati pa dito, pero kagaya ni Jenaida Maligon, magandang umaga sa iyo. Abangan po natin ang mga manlalaro pa natin. Si Yu Casaso sa kasalukuyan ay 2 strokes behind lamang sa leader nung Fujitsu Ladies 2020 na ginaganap po dyan sa Japan. She trails the Korean Bae Sun Woo ng 2 strokes lamang. Magbubukas na rin po ang Chooks to Go 3x3 President's Cup ngayon pong susunod na linggo. So abangan din po nyo yan sa kanilang Facebook page. And of course, yung Superliga Beach Volleyball Championship doon naman sa Subic ay sa susunod na buwan sisimula na rin po. Congratulations din kay James De Los Santos, ang #1 world sa mundo ng mga karateka sa online rankings. Congratulations sa ating mga atleta na lahat po ng ating atleta, including si Bianca Pagdanganan na napakaganda ng ipinapakita ngayon sa LPGA. Alright mga kaibigan, that's it for us this Saturday. Marami pong salamat sa inyong patuloy na pagsubaybay sa Power and Play. Sana po ay nagustuhan ninyo ang ating mga features today. At nagpapasalamat kami sa lahat ng ating mga naging guests. Marami po salamat sa inyo. Lagi po namin sinasabi tuwing Sabado, bawal ang masungit kahit makulimlim ang panahon. At sa lahat po ng ating gawain, ad maiorem Dei gloriam, all for the greater glory of God. Happy Sports Weekend, mga kapatid!